Hi. This is the start of my lifting slash like other probably in the future activities channel. I'll probably go over today what my background as getting into the gym and other physical activities looks like, and I'll also get into some roadblocks I hit in this school year. I'm a student at Penn State, and this is my second semester. It's about to end soon. And I'll also get into my plan for this summer and the future, and what my current plan as well, obviously. But yeah, and some possible results I expect. So to get started, I have had a background in lifting since the start of this year. Before this year, it's been pretty on and off. I ran track and cross country in high school. I wasn't very good, but I was technically a distance runner. And so obviously you can imagine my build. I was pretty skinny and high metabolism, and built mostly for like running. Wasn't good at it again. But yeah, I liked running. It was a fun sport, but after a while it became pretty repetitive and not as enjoying because I don't know, lifting just started becoming more of a appealing option to me. So I came here to Penn State in summer, and at first I started climbing. And whoops, sorry about that. But I started climbing, and it was pretty fun. I really liked it. My computer is really bad. Okay, hold up. Give me a second, guys. All right. So as I was saying, I started climbing, and I was like, I saw climbing on YouTube and stuff, and it looked really fun to me. And I always want to try it, but obviously there was no gyms. So I'd take my friends to to this place in Nockamixon called Top Rock Parks, and we'd like try to climb boulders there. But we didn't even get to like the real boulders, like the goofy ones. So I get there and I'm climbing like a solid V2 level, and like I touch a V3 and I'll fall off. And then eventually, slowly, I started making progress. I went from V1, V2 to V3 to V4, and I was a V5 climber on my peak, and I was trying to get to V6, but this is where the roadblock comes in. But before that, I'd also like to mention that wasn't all in the summer. That was from summer to end of first semester, basically, and then I started going out to the gym more often at the start of the first semester. I came here and I benched for the first time, and maybe I'll throw that video in. I do believe, yeah, I actually have that video. I'll throw it in. We went to the gym late at night, and I pressured Vaishal, my friend, into going and trying our maxes, even though it's supposed to be a pull day, I think, right?
Probably leg day.
It was like day or something, I don't know. But we started hitting maxes, and I quickly found out my max was around one plate, and I could do one plate for about two, and that was it. Yeah, but that was pretty good considering I never lifted before, and most of my base came from like ab work that we did in cross country and track. Like, yeah, that's pretty good. I'll take it. I was pretty impressed with myself because I could not lift a plate over the summer, and I didn't really work out too much over the summer, so that was nice. So, sorry. As I was saying, I got into lifting and I started lifting more often, and I started doing a split push-pull legs. But I quickly realized, what do I want, strength or hypertrophy? So I did some more research and I realized, shoot, I forgot what it's called, but maybe I'll drop the term later. But there's like you can alternate between strength and hypertrophy and actually make gains in both. So my split was push-pull legs, rest. And so the first half of push-pull legs, it was my strength-based push-pull legs. So it was low reps, low reps and a high intensity weight. And my second half was higher reps and like obviously the weight's gonna be a little lower. And it's also my first half was also gonna be more compound. Second half was gonna be more like less stabilizing exercises, or less exercises that involve the use of stabilizing muscles and more machines. So now I started working out in the first semester, like I mentioned, using this split for quite a while up until the end of the first semester. Um, yeah, I was looking pretty good. I'd say the best I've probably ever looked. I had a ton of stretch marks on my biceps and everything. It was like pretty nice. I was like preacher curling like 115 for about 5, and then I would like bench like 155 for 6. My estimated bench at the time was around the 175, so that's pretty good. Because I was gonna get to 175 or 185 by summer, and then I'm not sure why, but I low-key became a chud and didn't work out for the next 3 months. It's something I regret till this, like obviously till today. I don't know why I did that. I got lazy, like just started being like, oh, I'll work out tomorrow, and I was super inconsistent with working out. Like barely even went. They barely even went climbing. So obviously I lost a lot of gains. Here I am today, and today I I started working out since like last week and a half, and I'm also running my push pull legs work split again. I'll get back into it after I discuss this. Yeah, so far it's been okay. I'm putting the size back pretty fast. One issue though is that I'm definitely not eating enough here, but I believe I'll be able to fix that once I go back home. So yeah, I went on a workout with Vaishnav a couple of days ago, and I was able to hit 155 for 4 at first, but then I quickly just dropped straight down. It was like 155 for 4, then like 2, and probably 201 again, if I'm honest. And for, yeah, obviously, I had mostly compounds on my strength days, so like pull-ups, dips, stuff like that. Not for push, I'm just talking in general. So, yeah, my strength is coming back slowly and surely, but there are some drawbacks, and one of them is definitely being like I'm not able to do the same volume I used to do at the same weight anymore. But I believe that will come back pretty fast with muscle memory. So let's get into my plan for this summer and the remainder of this semester. So, um, hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully this is not on mute. Because last time it was on mute, it's like 12-minute video and it's on mute, and that was bad. So, let's see here. My split is gonna start off with a heavy push day, and this one is mostly gonna start off with my base being a barbell bench press of like 3 to 4 sets of 3 to 5 reps. And it's gonna be heavy, right? Like heavy weight, and I'm just gonna focus on just like moving the weight and just trying to keep my form as like decent as possible. Next, we're gonna move into a overhead press. Just a note for the barbell bench press, I am gonna try to increase the weight every like week and a half ish to try like once I start hitting like 6 or 8 reps, I'm probably gonna move up in weight. Yeah. So then my next movement is overhead press. I really like the idea of doing this, especially I feel like it's gonna make my shoulders really strong. But people have mentioned to me, such as Vaishnav, that if you don't train properly if you don't strengthen your shoulders properly, then you can injure them pretty easily. So we're definitely gonna have to do. You said face pulls.
Yeah, I heard face pulls are really good to start the external rotation.
So we'll do. I'll probably try to incorporate face pulls if possible in my pull days. And my next one is going to be an incline dumbbell press for this day. 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps. It's more of a hypertrophy range, but it's okay. And we're going to move on to tricep dips for to isolate my triceps. Where those are just dips, but instead of leaning forward, you're going to have to just keep your arms straight. And next, we're going to get to our dumbbell lateral raises just for our delts. Or not delts. What are these called?
What?
Silent that hit dumbbell lateral raises?
They're all the delts, there's just different heads of the delt.
Lateral delt?
Yeah, lateral, anterior, and then
Rear?
posterior. Rear, yeah, they usually call it posterior.
Yeah, so then we're going to move quickly into pull 1. If I'm here, my pull day 1 is going to be 2-hour climbing session, bouldering session. Because I have tried doing pull day and bouldering session in the same day, and it does not work out. My CNS is like central nervous system is really fatigued and doesn't recover, and it like I go in and try to get those like sitting rows in, and it's just atrocious. I have to drop the weight down by like 15, 20 pounds. In the end of the day, I don't think I'm actually going to make progress by being sore all the time like that. So we're gonna keep that day, but we're only here for 1 more week, so this is only gonna be here for 1 more week. And so I'm gonna keep climbing as my pull day 1. Day 3 is gonna be my legs. It's also gonna be the first day I'm gonna hit core, and we're gonna start off with a standard barbell squats of 3 to 5 reps for 4 sets. Then we're gonna start off with Romanian deadlifts of 8 to 10 reps for 3 sets, and then some calf raises for 4 sets of 10 to 15. And for our abs, we're gonna throw in some weighted cable crunches or decline ab crunches. So for our push day, we're gonna do a incline bar. I don't know. Someone was just at the door right now. That's how I looked up like that. But I'm in like the basement of their hall. Maybe this recording. I guess this will be my recording spot from now on. So then, push day 4 is gonna be incline barbell bench press of 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Then we're gonna do a pec deck. So it's gonna be like the pectoral flies for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. And then we're gonna go move on to our dumbbell lateral raises. Again, you have to like really span these to like get them to grow, is what I've noticed. And so we're 4 sets of 12 to 15. We're really looking out for that burnout that we get at the end of our like 16th rep-ish. And now we're gonna move into tricep push downs. That's obviously to isolate the triceps. So yeah. Then our day 5 is going to be our second pull, and this is going to be more about like back thickness here. So we're going to start with like, instead of our standard pull-ups or something that we would have done on a strength day, we're going to start with lat pull downs so we can really isolate the lats here. And 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. And then we're going to do, I believe I'll probably have a narrow grip for this one. I'll have to look into whether narrow or wide, whatever. But next, I'm going to go with seated cable rows to get that horizontal pulling motion of 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps. Next is going to be face pulls of reverse pec deck. Face pulls of reverse pec deck, like Vaishya mentioned, for 4 sets of 15 reps. Next, we're going to go into our preacher curl to target the peak of our biceps for 3 sets of 10 to 15. But then I'm going to move into dumbbell hammer curls, which are really good at targeting your brachialis. And if your brachialis is bigger, it like makes your bicep appear thicker and like larger, especially from the side profiles, because it's actually underneath your biceps, so it pushes it out. And then we're gonna start with ease bar or reverse curls, just 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps, and that's gonna bring out your brachial radialis, which is muscle right here, I believe. And yeah, that's good for building forearms. We're probably gonna try to throw in some wrist curls and maybe reverse curls, but we'll see about that. And then our ab wheel rollouts. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I know I put that in here. Probably going to just end up doing crunches again. And day 6 is going to be legs. We're going to hit a leg press, some leg extensions, hamstring curls. Pretty standard hypertrophy leg day. And in terms of abs, we're also going to throw in some obliques here with our hanging leg raises and Russian twists. I'm definitely going to start spamming more of those lower abs because I've noticed those are pretty neglected for me. And our day 7 is going to be rest. So that's the conclusion of my weightlifting program that I'll be working on. And obviously there's going to be many tweaks upcoming, especially with me leaving the campus here for the summer to head back home. I'll also probably tweak my exercises because, for example, I just noticed that like, for example, if I have a pull day 1 for my, what am I saying? If I'm having a pull day 1 for strength, I don't think I have in place for horizontal pulling motions, so I'll have to fix that. But I can do that. There's still time for that. For now, like, honestly, my back is probably my best component of all, is what most people tell me. My chest is pretty lacking, so definitely going to want to work on that. That incline is going to help fill it out, and I have really bad chest genetics, so hopefully we can hide some of that. Yeah, okay. That's the end of the first video, 14 minutes, 39 seconds, and still going, so we'll stop it here, and I'll keep you updated on how the progress goes. Thank you.